Hey y'all, so I am doing this video again. YouTube would not let me load up the first one, so here we go. So I am still working on these last two classes. I have 9 weeks left, and I just turned in the healthcare financial resource management paper. I finished with 23 pages, not including the resource page, my reference page. I'm kind of nervous for this one because this is my highest originality report, I guess, score. I've never been in the yellow. It's always been in green, and now we're in yellow. So I'm not really sure what exactly will happen. They tell you don't submit if it's over 30%, but 23 pages, and like they tell you not to submit if the paper is over 30% or if it's showing up like 10 or more for the citation in like one, I want to say citation, 7 or more percent in source work, I guess, in one section. Right now I'm at 7%, which is okay, and they use UniCheck to do, the sources and stuff. And this is, the stuff that they use and tell you if it's cited and the 6 sources and all that stuff. It's really not much on here. So here's my paper. So it dinged me because, I pulled stuff from out of the book to do the paper. It's not, a lot of it is my word, but because the phrasing and stuff, I guess, kind of got me. And I just feel like I feel like I'm going to roll the dice on this one. I do not want to submit this paper again. I don't want to rewrite it. I hated this class. I think it's because I don't have a financial mindset. So a lot of the stuff was really confusing. I had to go back a couple times and reread the chapters. And a lot of people don't struggle with this class, but it's really tedious. This class has 17 tasks, like 17 separate questions you have to answer. But it's all repetitive. It's the same exact information. You're just answering in a different way. And I think this class took me 2 months. It's not that the work was really difficult, but it's just the same question, like this one, like, I don't know. It says, describe the work of the HIM information staff during each step of the revenue cycle, which they would be involved in. And then you have to go back and for the second task, you have to explain like what coding and billing, the coding and billing process and how it impacts the organization. So for A2, you're going to come back and you're going to do it again in section B, is it section B? No, it's section C. Describe how financial decision-making process impacts, excuse me, not that. You're going to do it in A2. Explain the coding and billing cycle process and how it impacts, healthcare revenue cycle. And you're going to explain the exact same thing you did in A2 in A3. Because pure revenue is coming from the coding and billing department, coding and billing gives you the charge, and then once the charge is out there and it's billed to the insurance company, that revenue that comes back from the insurance company is pure cash for the hospital or the organization or the doctor or whatever, and then whatever the patient pays. So you're basically repeating the same stuff over and over again, and it's just reworded, excuse me. So this paper is really redundant. A lot of people struggle with it, and not for the content itself, but just because they're repeating the same stuff over and over again. I think one guy in our little support group spent a month on the first section because it's so redundant, and you start to repeat yourself. So I'm hoping that this task will pass. If it doesn't, because this is my 4th submission, I basically failed the class and it'll end up in my next term. I'm pretty sure I'll have to pay for the 5th submission if I end up failing it, but I feel like I don't know what else I can really do. So the first time I submitted it, this was my attempt 1. It came back with 22%, and let me see what my score card, but it was still section A3 and C that I was not getting. Oh, this is attempt 3, excuse me. Attempt 1. I had like all of them. All of them were marked saying that I was missing something. I'm sorry. That I was missing something or I didn't get something right. And then attempt 2, it was a little bit better. You know, I had a few sections that, you know, I didn't do well on. Still A3 and C. So then my third submission was much better. I got everything except for A3 and C. So I ended up going back. And I think it's more because the work that the instructor gives you, you know, like, you know, they give you like some more support material, but sometimes the support material doesn't align with what the people want you to put into your paper, I guess, or what they want you to highlight. So sometimes you just have to trust your instincts and go with your gut feeling. Like I followed her, you know, her process the first 3 times, and those sections did not pass. So this time, this is my go. This is my submission. This is my work. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it passes. I'm hoping everything will go through and it'll be okay, and I don't get hit or dinged with anything. I'm praying to God because it'll really hold me up. I plan on accelerating next term if I can. I plan on knocking out the rest of my degree plan. So I have one more class left in this semester if this one passes. If not, it's still just this one class left. C8 110. And I plan on testing for this, like taking the practice exam again after I have my call with the teacher, because you have to do like a teach back session. And then I plan on taking it before I start my PPE. So I have these 7 classes left, and I plan on accelerating next term because I want to be done with this stuff. The program, I had a lot of assumptions about it, like, oh, it's going to be easy, it was going to be okay, you know what I mean, because my associate's program was really intense and the classes were pretty difficult. Don't come into this program thinking like that. It will be totally different. The classes will be difficult. I think a lot of people assume that because of the type of facility this is or the type of program this is. And, you know, and a lot of people accelerate, but not through this program. It's very difficult to accelerate through the HIM program that's for, you know, getting you accredited or getting you, you know, ready for your HRHIA. This program is really, really difficult. I won't say super difficult, but it's very content heavy, so you'll be doing a lot of work. So don't come in this program assuming that you're gonna accelerate the whole entire program, because no one ever does. I haven't met a person yet that's able to accelerate through the core classes. Now your general studies, that's something different. You probably could, but these core bulk of classes, it's very difficult. I haven't met a person or talked to a person yet that's been able to accelerate through them. I think the most someone's ever done in one term is maybe 20, and that was the first term because you've got like 2 or 3 easy classes your first term, so it was easy to accelerate. But the rest, it's pretty difficult. It's very content heavy. So I guess keep that in the back of your mind. But it's not that bad to get yourself through the door. Oh, also I wanted to like let you guys know, I'm thinking about, I won't say vlogging really, but I guess getting shots of my PPE, because I don't really know how to vlog, and I don't think I can like take my stuff in through meetings and stuff, but I'll try and get some shots of my PPE and give you guys like feedback on the process and how long it takes and everything. So yeah, bye you guys.